Geez, that was quick. A lot of people on here. I gotta go grab the feed. The feed is
They're on time. You're not, Joe.
Well, the whole.
This comes from the mailman.
Don't bust his balls.
Mailman is already. Mailman.
Wayne, you're late sometimes delivering the mail.
Very nice, Chris. Very nicely played right there. I like it.
I need all my bills to come in.
All right, so everybody share it.
Try, yeah.
Bo's there sharing it. This is GloucesterCast 442. We have one podcast virgin with us. We're going to get to him in 1 second. Paul Horowitz back for his third podcast because he represents the elite in Gloucester, the North Gloucester.
That was my job.
The North Gloucester elite. No. You and I are pretty much lowbrow. Then we have Bo Cleary with us. And Bo is doing what I ask everyone to do, which is really nice. He's sharing the podcast. Thank you for being part of the team, Bo. He's going to talk about him and Chris McCarthy's progress. Well, really, Chris's progress. Bo's always maintained a high level of fitness acumen. First time podcast virgin, Wayne the Mailman is with us.
Wayne the Mailman.
Wayne the Mailman. He doesn't know my last name.
Wayne Moulton. I know your last name, but I think the character Wayne the Mailman is much better.
Exactly.
Much better for the broadcast. Nicole Straft is with us.
Good morning.
Fresh from church.
And then I laughed, which makes it all the much worse. See?
Yeah,
that's right.
I wasn't at church.
It's just, that's a hell of an intro.
Straight from
church.
Straight from church.
Jimmy Dalpiaz is with us.
Good morning, Gloucester.
And Chris McCarthy is with us. Not
Good
filling
morning,
in for Pat Dalpiaz.
No,
Chris
he's on assignment right now. Pat's on assignment.
Pat is on assignment. All right, we're going to refocus right here.
So does that mean no answers to comments and things? Or are you doing that over there?
I'm going to try. Brenda Davis shared it. God bless Brenda Davis for sharing because we love her. So we should meet right off the bat. Two parts of business. We have to do our death row sub and death row meal with Wayne the Mailman. And okay, so we started to. Jimmy made a mistake and he gave you a tip. Do I have to explain death row sub?
No, you don't have to explain.
Oh, that's very nice. All right.
Now you tell me.
So we do this. So that's the definition of a super fan. So we I don't know whose idea was it. Was it yours? It was Chris's idea. We're gonna invite a super fan on every week. One of the people that Paul O'Brien or Brendan Grimes Davis or Joey Foote. All these people that comment and are basically part of the team, but they're usually on the other side. Now we're going to have one person per week on with us, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. So Wayne, what is your death row sub and death row meal? We have to write this down for Pat.
Okay. So my death row sub would be at Destino's. It's a buffalo finger cheesesteak sub.
Oh, damn.
Man.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
That would, I think
is that on the menu?
What would that do to your app, Joey?
I think that would take down my app. I think it would. I think my calorie counting app. It would probably the dial would spin around and around, and it just springs and thing that would just pop out of my cell phone.
Come on, man.
yeah. Pop up would come on. Come on, man. That's absolutely right. Good. Nice, Jimmy. Death row meal.
So at the Seaport Grill, I'm a big fan of the fried clams. I actually think they're better than the Ipswich clam box.
Whoa. A stake in the ground right there.
Seaport Grill, you said?
Yes.
Okay. And I think that a huge key for fried clams are the changing of the oil. And I know, because I'm an insider over there, that they change out their oil unbelievably frequently. Like they don't try to reuse that oil all the time, and their batter is crispy. They're always like nice and crisp and stuff like that. Yeah,
and they have a great flavor.
Yeah, wow, that's great. No, their kitchen is spotless, and I'm always amazed that when I go to the Seaport Grill to do little lobsters, obviously, like the cleanliness, but like they have stations of the salad guy is doing the salad, a woman. the head guys they have a team behind the line. They have a dessert person, dedicated dessert person. They are a well-oiled machine, and they like
No pun intended.
for the amount of people that they serve. For the amount of people that they serve, the food is excellent.
Yeah,
Really good.
That's one of our favorites.
Craig Kimberly writes, AKA the diabetes buffalo death bomb. That's nice to see you.
Once you try it, you won't go away.
I think it's. I won't be able to eat according to with my app. I wouldn't be able to eat anything for 2 days.
I agree. I don't think you'll go away. You'll go under.
Straight up.
In the ground.
I'm gonna do
Get baked chicken instead of the fried chicken.
Oh, what you doing to him? Boy here.
Craig Kimberly also adds, "Good morning, Harbor Light crew."
Oh, hi, Craig.
He's
Craig
done-
did our amazing school video.
Yes, he did. Yes, he
He
did.
did a great job.
We're going to do a few hellos to the people that are watching. Hi to Ed Cullard. Hi to Paige Pickering.
Paige Pickering.
Yeah, Paige.
Paige
She,
Pickering.
counts.
Hi, Ed.
She watches every week, I think. Paula Ryan O'Brien, Joey Foote, Brenda Grimes Davis, Scotty Mack,
Scotty Mack.
Craig
Why is,
Kimberly.
why is Scotty Mack not
Why
here?
is he
Because
awake?
I invited. Craig says, "Once you try, you die." We gotta have Craig see these people, see these good people for the podcast. Like a lot of them that are interesting people, like can't get out of bed in the morning because they're too hammered the night before.
Yeah, Craig is probably laying in bed with his keyboard around him going, come on, man.
No, Craig's got one of those things that it goes around your neck and it's a harness and you put your iPad. You don't have to hold it. It puts it right in front of your face.
with the helmet,
Yeah.
and the two straws
Yep.
that go in your mouth,
Yep.
with the two
He
beans.
doesn't get up from bed. He just stays in bed 24/7. I'm sure Craig is in full-on NFL football mode.
Oh yeah.
And we don't get to see our patch today.
Minus the patch, yeah.
Minus the patch.
His Pittsburgh isn't playing either.
Yeah, Pittsburgh either.
Pittsburgh not
In
playing.
Tennessee.
In Tennessee.
Oh right. Yeah.
Which leads me to believe within 3 weeks we'll not have an NFL season. Okay, we're going to go around the room. What's the over/under on getting the NFL season into to a Super Bowl?
I don't think it's going to happen.
No for you.
I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, you think it's going to happen? There's a lot of money involved.
Yeah.
So what
It's going to take a lot to
take that
the NFL
that
down,
money
no
down?
question
Yeah.
about it.
I think once the pins start falling like they are now, it's done.
Okay.
I'm going to say they're going to get it in, but I'm not very optimistic. But that's my vote because I want it to happen.
Oh,
They are I believe they're gonna get it in too, because they're talking already about moving the Super Bowl to the end of February, beginning of March. That was
Really?
yesterday's conversation.
well, so they would have a couple. So they could potentially have a couple of like in the bye weeks. They would get these games in during a couple
Yes.
extra bye weeks.
And
That's their goal.
Given because that's
Yeah.
the big talk about with the Kansas City Pats game today. Moving it to Monday, Tuesday, that would create a problem for the Chiefs because of the schedule they have already.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the big discussion going in. Well, that led to, maybe these guys need their downtime. That's why they're calling the union, and they're saying we need our downtime. We have to do things. Then they go to the end and just say, why don't we just move things over? Look at the World Series. They moved that game already.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I agree with you. It's big money.
I think it's the
It's gonna
travel.
happen.
I think it's the travel that's going to cause us some of the problem.
Yep, it's going to happen.
It's interesting to me because they did get baseball did travel around and they got through. They got the season. Well, they've
It
come
wasn't
this far.
much of a season.
Yeah, the Marlins come into a little problem.
But now the
Right.
playoffs is
Right.
going to be at one stadium for baseball. As they get
Yeah.
into these extra rounds, and they're going to play basketball, the bubble,
Oh,
at
really?
one
Wow.
stadium. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how they're going to do it.
Without fans.
Right. Without
Yeah.
I heard that they Arlington, that is going to be in Texas for
Yeah, yeah,
baseball.
yeah.
They are going to let fans in.
Oh.
They're going to play that 20%.
That's a perfect place for it
25%.
because Dallas is so spread out. The town is so spread out. It's not congested like a lot of other cities.
Maybe that's why it was picked. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the weather too, right?
So I believe, so getting back to it, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Big money.
let's hope. Let's hope.
That's
Your
what.
turn.
My opinion doesn't matter.
Oh Jesus! How did I miss it? Yo, Jimmy rambled on and on. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, here we go.
I have no opinion.
You know,
He felt left out.
And this is what we got here when we have give the fucking airtime to McCarthy. Good morning from Oliver's Harbor. Oliver's Harbor's chiming in.
Hey,
Harvard.
guys.
Nice.
We love that place.
Oh my
I
god.
love that place.
Yes.
Lobster carbonara at Oliver's Harbor. If you haven't had it, you're missing out.
They were my last meal before March 13th.
Pre-COVID?
You know, pre-COVID. Yeah. My last meal pre-COVID was lots of sushi at Oliver's.
Oh, I didn't even realize that they had sushi there.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now you have me doubting myself. I hope they're right.
He's hoping it was all of us.
It was a restaurant with a table.
There was a waitress.
They
There
served water.
was a menu.
Oh my God, now I'm thinking maybe it wasn't sushi.
How embarrassing. There were 13 of us at the table because it was allowed.
Oh, man.
No, it was Oliver's. Are they writing in?
Well, we'll see if she
they have
responds.
They have amazing sushi.
Who's responding from Oliver's?
Giovanni Miranda.
Are they
Not
do they
Carmen
own-
Miranda. Giovanni.
Do they own Oliver's?
I believe. I believe it's one of the.
Or are they just there? Like they locked the door last night and someone was just left
They're
behind.
They're typing from
They're
their
stuck
account.
inside.
Yeah.
They're stuck inside.
And now they're like, oh shit.
Joey's not reading the part that says help me.
So Wayne, we have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
It seems like every interview that you see anywhere ends up being, it starts out with how is your job affected by COVID? So how is being a postman affected with the COVID?
Well, in the office, we have half the crew starting at 8 and the other half of the crew starting at 8:30. That way there, it gives the first half a chance to get out the door before the second half comes in. We do wear masks in and around the office unless you're in your own case, which we have our own cases that we rack the mail. Outside of the office, you respect the businesses and wear your mask.
Of course.
But on the street, pretty much, I go without.
Yeah. Geez, I hope that doesn't get you in trouble right there. Yeah.
If it does, I'm not worried.
There you go. I love it. There you go. There you go.
Well said.
Well said is right. Have you noticed personally a huge uptick in online shopping due to COVID?
Oh,
These are Nicole's put these questions together, by the way. I'm going to take credit for it. But
absolutely. Recently, we just lost Amazon as one of the.
the U.S. Postal Service did.
Yeah. They decided to go on their own. They have their own fleet and drivers now.
Yeah, we noticed that.
But the packages pre-Amazon leaving was probably 3 times as many as what we normally get.
Wow. So does that make you happy because you have less work?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
Same hours, less package.
So when you see one of those Amazon trucks, I mean, do you jockey for position? Like, do you get
Oh,
aggressive?
no, I'm friendly with all the guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're all in trenches together.
Yeah. Figured you might want
I mean,
to box them out.
And they're probably a little bit lost,
Yeah.
considering they come to a city they don't really
They don't
know.
know. Exactly.
Yeah.
So over in the Ansquam and stuff, it's probably a real challenge for them.
I was wondering if it's like a battle between the taxis and like Uber drivers.
No,
Like,
no.
Well, no, because his pay he's on salary, so he doesn't get paid
so
by
package, right?
by pizza.
Yeah, I have a neighbor who probably gets 10 packages a day, and once that switch came, and we live at a corner of a one-way street, and the first 3 days, the Amazon truck was coming out. Big signs, one way. No, but the house is right there.
Oh, it is. Well, believe me, it doesn't take much to get lost.
Yeah, no question about it. So there's that. So here's the question for I think all of us are dying to know: what is the best gift you can leave in your mailbox for a mailman at Christmas time?
Well, your favorite gift to Lee was a pile of dew.
That wasn't for Christmas.
No, that was a welcoming gift, I guess. That was your version of a welcoming gift.
Yeah. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah, we had to go down this road, didn't we? So McCarthy. So we're going to back up a little bit for the people that may remember on the podcast. McCarthy, we're talking about. We had, it's a yearly thing in the spring when people are walking, that we are outraged when we start walking again around the back shore and we find the bags of dog poop, and especially at the entrance to the footbridge for all the dog walkers that just they see one bag there and it just there ends up being 20 bags of dog poop there. So McCarthy, we brought it up on the podcast one day, and then the following day I'm looking out my window and he's walking by with Bo. And the dog takes a shit, and he bags it up, and he leaves it right at the end of my driveway.
Would you want me to carry it?
You want him to be a responsible dog owner?
Yeah. So
I thought it would be well taken care of there.
it was well taken care of. So it was right at the beginning of COVID, and I had the plastic. I was wearing plastic gloves.
That's right. Yeah, you were in a full body
I was
suit.
full body hazmat suit. I picked it up, and my Adeline was with me, and we delivered it, and we put it in the mailbox for McCarthy. Well, unfortunately, McCarthy didn't check his mailbox, but who discovered it?
It's Wayne.
It's our mailman, Wayne the mailman.
Right.
So, but he's a good sport about it. You didn't? Did you? What did you do when you? Did you?
I left it.
It was I'm not going to like these people.
Right?
It would have been nice if you were gone on vacation. It's just festered in there for a week or so
Jesus.
before you opened it up. It was one of the, at least you used the recyclable ones that break down,
Exactly.
the green ones.
Exactly. Yeah, so it would have broke down in my mailbox.
That would have been great.
So, so Wayne, I have a question for you. Wayne, when he has to go to the front door and he knows that the house has dogs, he'll leave treats. So how much do you spend a year in dog treats? Because it's not only when he brings the mail to your front door, but if he sees me out there with my dog, he'll stop and give them a treat. So that's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Well, it's going to cost me a lot of grief come tomorrow morning when I go to work because it's something we're not supposed to do.
Oh, shit.
Don't
What-
talk about
What my
something
client meant to
that's
say is he doesn't give treats.
But
Happens
hypothetically, you
on
were
Sunday.
going
Yeah,
to.
it wasn't Wayne.
It wasn't Wayne.
No, it wasn't Wayne. It was a different guy. It was,
But he doesn't care if he breaks the wood.
no,
It's well known that I do give them out.
All right. Well, it's
And I
much
do have
appreciated.
customers that help supply dog owners.
Oh, that's good to know.
Ah.
Okay, shit. Now I gotta leave a box in the mailbox. Is what you're saying?
He just shamed you into leaving a
Yeah.
box of mail trees. A box.
Got the opening in his mouth.
You gotta pay it forward now.
Well, now you know
You
what
just
you get
called
for
him out.
Christmas.
Well, no, we never answered. We never got the question though. No, you don't want dog poop. What's a reasonable expectation for someone to leave in the mailbox for a mail carrier?
For a mail carrier?
Boots.
Again, that's another subject that shouldn't be talked about.
Okay, say for your
No one has ever.
say for your UPS driver. What would your UPS driver like to receive?
It really depends on how the customer feels about their carrier, you know, how they value them.
Yeah, cash, booze.
Cigarettes, lottery
Speaking
tickets.
for UPS driver.
So in the mail service,
UPS driver.
we call it pineapples. That's the nickname we call it.
Okay, so
Because
I
we're
got
not
pineapples.
supposed to accept tips.
Okay, right.
So we just call it pineapples.
I got you.
Everybody loves fruit.
Everybody loves fruit. All right, we're gonna.
Oh, jeez. Well, Wayne, it was nice having you as I hope you found this podcast to be successful.
It would turn into more of a roast than
I
anything else.
just have one question about the dogs thing. When you're, doing your mail and stuff, is it true that you're going up and dogs are sitting there and they hear the mail truck and they're waiting for you and they either chase you or run right up and sit right there for you? And
I've actually had during the inspection one time when I was delivering mail in Saugus, I have a dog that was very friendly. And I had the inspector in the back of the truck because we have jump seats in the back of the truck. And I actually had the dog jump up in the truck and into the back with the inspector.
That's great. How many times have you been bitten by a dog?
I haven't.
No?
In the 21 years I've been delivering, I've never been bitten. I've had a dog attempt a bite.
Yeah,
And basically you just use your bag as a defense.
and you won.
And once they hit the bag, they usually back off.
Yeah.
I've never sprayed a dog,
No,
and I never will.
yeah. Yeah.
Some
I don't believe
other
in
ladies coming out to get their mail. Maybe.
Oh, what's a spray? Is it like pepper
It's
spray?
a pepper spray. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You don't believe in that?
I wouldn't use it.
You take the
We
bite
have to
before
carry it.
you take
It's
the bite.
mandatory, but
You would
I
take
wouldn't
the
use it.
bite?
I don't see getting bit. You know, I don't think a dog really wants to bite you.
It's
Really?
the person's fault.
You know.
It's the owner's fault.
Well,
The owner wants to bite it.
If the owner knows their dog's aggressive, it shouldn't be loose anyway.
Absolutely,
Oh,
I agree
great
with you.
point.
How about turkeys? Joey Foot says, "How about turkeys? Ever have a turkey attack?"
A turkey attack.
Leave it
It's
to
a
Joey
valid-
to come up with that
Yeah,
question.
valid
Well,
question.
turkeys are
They
nasty.
are.
Right?
They can be aggressive.
Yeah.
They can be. Personally, no, I haven't had a turkey attack. But I was in Lanesville one time delivering, and it was 3 or 4 turkeys that are a little ornery.
Probably fresh from the Lanesville Pier after about seven
Joey-
12 packs.
Joey Foot could have had wild turkey attack.
Yeah. Not frozen. Not frozen.
Yeah.
How about people attacks? Has anyone tried to attack you?
No, actually, again, that goes back to an inspection I was having one time where I had a customer come flying out the door asking the inspector why he's bothering her carrier. He's such a good carrier.
Wow, that's funny. She was there attacking
That's
you.
great. That's fantastic. Mail carriers are generally beloved
Oh yeah.
because they're bringing stuff.
The other big question I have is, so the difference between Joe and I is I have a post out on the street, so you don't have to get out of your truck.
Right.
He refuses to put a post requiring that you get out of your truck, climb up his stairs in a hot summer day.
Well, it falls
I mean-
back into being grandfathered in. So his box has been there for a very long time,
Right.
whereas you're a new
Right.
homeowner, so you're required to be on
But
the
he
street.
could help you out and put a post.
He
couldn't
could. He
Yeah.
could.
What,
But I do not mind visiting Joe.
what kind of an insane person that's grandfathered in would put a fucking post?
I was just going to say, guys, do you realize Joe's in the room?
Then you would be inconvenienced because you'd have to walk to the mailbox.
No, but Wayne likes to come up and see what's happening, say hi to DC in the window.
See
and
what the
everything
new grill is.
else. The grill of the week.
Maybe
Avoid
see
all
what's
the
on the
grills.
grill.
Well, I've asked that a few times, but I haven't received anything.
Wow,
I don't
Joe.
receive what? Food off the grill? I'd be happy to.
Sticker presentation.
Oh, okay. So this is thank you for the reminder, Jim. So we have these stickers. We just got the new one. I have to thank Manny Simos because he paid for half of them. Good Morning Gloucester die cut stickers, multicolored. We spared no expense, mainly because Manny was helping me out with the cost. Because they do cost quite a bit. So we're asking people not to just take them and stick them on their kid's forehead and throw them away. We want them to go on vehicles or laptops or something like that. But Wayne asked me to put one in the mailbox for him, and I forgot to. So here is your official GMG.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
The presenting,
Oh, that was a wonderful speech. Thanks, Wayne.
the presenting of the sticker. So there you go. Thank you.
So, last question.
You said
So
that
this-
3 questions ago, just for the
This is
record.
a public service announcement. Look into the camera, and you could tell everybody out there who you deliver mail to what some of your pet peeves are. How can we improve your
Experience.
experience as a
For the Golden Pine.
post
He didn't
office
mention that. He
postman?
didn't.
Or in the wintertime, just basically keeping your walkways clear
Oh, nice. Yep, that's a good
is a
one.
big help.
Big one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
I really don't have no pet peeves with my customers,
No.
with the exception of an occasional dog that should be, taken
leash.
care of.
Yeah.
Not let loose.
Were you pointing the finger at me? on that
No,
one?
no.
Pretty much. You didn't mention the lawn. You didn't think that was worth mentioning my hard work.
Well, I noticed you getting ready to aerate it, so.
Well, I heard, but did you notice the new
The new patch coming up where the bushes come down. I think it makes your house look more like a beach house now,
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
Kate's happy. I'm happy.
minus the bushes.
So did you? Those hedges were
That I used to have
overgrown.
to duck in the wintertime going in because they closed in on you when the snow got on them.
Right. They had to go, and the whole reason we removed those, and it cost me all that money, was because of you. I was thinking of you.
So there you go. He was thinking of me, see?
See, that's
Not
the type of
enough to
stuff
put a
you're just
mailbox
going
at
to
the
put
end
a
of the
note
driveway.
and put it in the person's mailbox and say, I'd appreciate the fact,
It was really,
cut these trees
to
back.
be honest with you, Kate did all the work.
It was
we know that, Joe.
It should goes without saying. And Kate gave an air high five to Wayne for being our mail carrier. She's listening to the podcast. So there's that. McCarthy and Bo are here to report. Oh wow! Look at you with the old school Palazzolo Sporting Goods T-shirt.
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
Nice.
Wow, Bo!
Jack and Linda.
God bless them. That's awesome.
Actually, Brian
And
Wink
his Palazzos.
actually passed on a few to me, so.
Yeah, Brian.
So gotta represent.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He helped me out Brian helped me out doing some hats one time.
When's so Palazzolo is no longer here though, right?
No.
No. Classic.
How many years ago?
An institution. Well, do you want to speak to that?
That's just great. I mean, it's a sporting goods store, and Jack and Linda they did a great job for years. It's a family-owned
Really?
sporting goods store, and they are my daughters, Grandy and Grampy. So that's my connection. So they've always been,
That's cool.
more than generous with gear,
Yeah.
athletic equipment. I'm in
That's
the
cool.
field, so
Nice.
that was my desired spot to go and get boxing gloves, jumping rope, sneakers,
Nice.
and they've been great over the years. And,
Yeah.
and they do a great job taking care of my daughter too. So thank you
That's
so much.
awesome.
They used to take care of all the local teams,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
local
that's
leagues
cool.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a void there now. There's a total void. Like with their leaving, like Olympia Sports is garbage compared to what like the huge, vast category of sporting good items for, and they would know personally, all the people in the sporting world in Gloucester, the micro, and actually not just Gloucester, Rockport, Manchester, they all went. Everybody knew when there was the time.
It was the Mar and Pa shop of sporting goods.
Yeah, and they actually, Jack used to, I remember talking to him one time, and there was a customer trying on a helmet, football helmet.
Yeah.
And he would personally go over and size it up, and I mean, he was great as
Yeah.
far as gearing people up, all the leagues, local leagues and stuff. So
They did lettering,
yeah, I
lettering
definitely
the
miss-
shirts.
No question about it. I miss Palazzolo's.
That's awesome.
Everybody does. This whole
Yeah.
town misses Palazzolo's.
Yeah.
There's like even the big box stores don't carry so many of the items that they would specialized items that they would carry for the youth of and actually the adults of Gloucester too. Not only that, they had like certain kind of underwear and socks that you couldn't get anywhere else, and it was a great place.
Yeah, I'd like to add that when we were visiting all the time, we used to stop there because with the coaching I did, they had items that I was amazed that kids like this.
Really?
Yep.
So I saw it and I would buy it and go
That's
back
cool.
home, and then my guys would go, "Where'd you find this?" Because we have, Dick's and we have all the other big stores down by me. I just said, "No, we'll place up in Gloucester."
Yeah, and if they didn't have it, they'd get it.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, they were really accommodating.
So Fatih had just mentioned something that I was waiting to talk about. Like they had that president's. It was an annual sale, half off. So you buy a pair of sneakers, you get the second one half off. Everybody,
Really?
the whole town,
Really?
would go and
That's
get 2 pairs of sneakers, and like
Wow.
you would wait for that because it's
Really?
like when it was like everybody grew up in the '80s with this family, and like this is when sneakers just Converse All Stars,
Right.
and then Nike and then Reebok and everything, and they would carry it all the like way before these box stores,
That's cool.
the coolest stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
a great story.
I don't know if was it all sneakers half off or was it buy one get one half off. I thought it was BOG, buy one get one.
Vocal.
Maybe
I think
it was.
all.
What was it?
I think it was all half off. I'm
All
pretty
half
sure.
off. That's what Safati is saying. So maybe I had it wrong. But yeah, everybody. Pauline remembers when they had 2 shops on Main Street, one for sporting goods and the other one for clothing. Yeah, they had. I think it was where Pisces. I'm not sure if it was where Pisces was or right around there. And then they bought the big space across the street where Brass Monkey is now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where they were right here.
And they used to tend to bicycles also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Repairs and-
After Giles, right?
Wow.
Whenever,
Yeah.
was it Giles? Giles?
Yeah, Joey
Yeah,
Foot
it
says
is.
all half off too. Everybody's saying all half off. So I had it wrong.
Oh.
Everybody's like climbing up my butt. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
That's funny.
I don't know what it is. Yeah. Oof.
We used to always give the kids
Vicious,
names
everyone.
and hockey numbers on their jackets down there.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't just walk in and like get your maroon. Like,
Yeah. They would do custom
Keep
stuff
in,
too.
yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Can't do
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah, I had some stuff done there personally. So tell me, you guys are. I got off track, but how long have you guys been working out together?
Is it 3 weeks?
We'll let Chris start.
Yeah, I think
alright.
it's been 3 weeks, 8 workouts. I think I've posted all of them on Good Morning Gloucester in my Instagram account. But it's been a pleasure working with Bo. But he reminds me every day that it's not about him; it's about me. And as I think I've shared in some of my posts, the key to success is just showing up and believing, and being motivated, and making sure that you understand that it's all about you and you're doing it for yourself. And believe me, in 3 weeks, I've lost 15 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel great. And, working with Bo, it's not just, hey, let's become like the Incredible Hulk. It's all about, taking care of certain parts of your body and believing, and you've been very inspirational. That's the reason I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go meet him at Gloucester High School. And again, at the end of the day, I know it's about me, but you also have to have a good coach at the end of the day to make you want to come. And it's been great. I'm feeling good. I think it all started when I could barely do 2 push-ups here on the floor. I think I just wanted to get off the floor. I probably could have done maybe a couple more. But now I think the last time, my 8th workout, I did 15 push-ups. And
Strict form.
yeah, 1.5 miles around the track. I could the first time work out 1 or 2. I could only do 1 time without
Just a couple of weeks.
passing out. Yeah,
A huge difference.
yeah, it
Yeah, I
happens.
think with Chris, it was more or less the willingness to
Yeah.
want to make that change for the better. And we did talk about not only the physical benefits, but the mental benefits
Yeah.
as well. And he's inspired me, and he talked about showing up. And we did like 2 push-ups here.
Yeah.
I think I was on, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
We did.
3 or 4 weeks ago.
2 push-ups.
yeah,
And so that's how
yeah,
we ended up meeting. And then he did make that commitment, because you also got to make that commitment.
right,
We could talk about it,
right,
but it's about being about it. And he decided to show up.
yeah,
And so we monitored his workouts through videos from his Instagram page.
Yeah.
And so what we try to do is show progress, just a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And so he went from, as far as the push-ups go, 3 to 5 to 8
yeah,
to 10 to 12 to 15.
to 15, yeah,
And on the cardio, the conditioning, he went from 1 time around, then we did 2.
Yeah.
Then he did 4, then he did 5, and then the last workout it was 6.
6, yeah,
But we try to space those workouts out, because when you do begin, you don't want to crush your body.
Yeah.
You want to be able to,
Keep coming back.
you don't
Yeah.
want to.
that's
So
been the key.
we started by, working out every other day. And I believe in every other day. I believe in day on, day off.
Recovery.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
And then the nutrition part. I mean, he
Yeah, the
started to
nutrition part.
eat better, and
Yeah.
and so it comes down to him doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's you get to a point in your life to where you say, "Hey, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I
wanna feel better.
Yeah, it's good.
I want to feel better. I want to maybe look a little better, and that's how it starts. And then I believe in the morning workouts because of the fact that it's a great
Get
way
you
to
going.
start the day, and you can take that positive energy
Yeah,
into your day. And the last thing I'll point out is when we talked about doing it for him first, do it for you first.
Yeah.
But there's some people chiming in and talk about your friend.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know?
I mean, with the post, my college buddy actually started working out last Monday, and he took a picture of his screen. I don't know what it was, maybe a Peloton or some sort of bike, and said inspired by GMG Chris.
Yeah.
And there have been other people, chiming in. Go get him, Chris. This is inspirational. Pat. And again, I'm not looking for, accolades like that. But since we did it, I'm like, you know what? If I can do it, other people can do it as long as you believe in it. Even my wife, she just bought some Body Fit workout. You know, go in your bedroom and you watch it on TV. So I've inspired her a little bit too. But it's not something where you have to, like I said, be a weightlifter.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a half hour, and get as you I think have seen in some of my posts, I call it get your sneakers going. You know, just put yourself in those sneakers and do something.
Yeah.
You know, to get your heart going, or
Could you,
the stretching. The stretching is
Huge.
I love.
Yeah.
Bo hears me moan every time I
Is it a moan or a groan?
moan. Some groans, but the stretching itself, you're becoming pliable like Tom Brady. I mean, I put myself at the level of Tom Brady now. My pliability. Yeah.
If it works and you show up,
Well,
why
you
not?
did, you did inspire me to make some changes.
There you go.
And I downloaded that.
Don't eat it like an asshole app.
Well, I already have. I should build an app.
Yeah.
My patented diet, the don't eat like an asshole diet. But I downloaded basically a calorie tracker.
Yeah.
And calories are not the end all be all, but because certain foods have give you different things. Anyway, I don't want to get too off track with that. But what I want to say is you inspired me to do that. And what I've found by entering, because I already have a very physical job.
Oh yeah, right.
But the food part of it was where I was lacking. And I just have entered all my stuff into this app. And it keeps me from going sideways.
Yeah.
Like, because my problem, because everybody has different issues. My problem is eating out of boredom and sitting down and mindlessly watching a football game and pounding down a bag of Doritos. But when you enter it on the app, you see where you're at, what it allows, what you're, if you want to lose weight or if you want to maintain weight, you enter what your thing is, and it's 5 days down 5 pounds. And
Wow, that's great.
Feeling good. Yeah, but everybody's inspired. I'm going to just write here. Rob Collada. Bo's been inspirational in my life. Coaches your mind and body, and his positive attitude is infectious.
Yeah.
Charlie McCarthy. Haven't seen Chris work out like this in the 30 plus years. So it is awesome. Safathia says she's inspired. Safathia says Caitlin's recipes look healthy and fabulous. So everybody. So I think that you guys are making a difference in a lot of people's lives.
Just feed off each other. Yeah. Stephanie O'Neill mentioned that she's doing the same thing
really?
As far as her nutrition.
Okay.
So.
I gotta get.
So let's feed off each other and inspire each other. It works.
Yeah. And actually, Bo is going to be on next week as well. We're going to be talking a little bit more fitness.
Yeah,
next
little
week.
yoga.
What's
and
the name?
wellness with Jonna Huntsman.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Cape Ann Yoga.
Yeah,
So
from Cape Ann Yoga.
Chris, just
She
I
got a great
realize
story.
it's a big plan and everything, but you could give everyone maybe a little insight of like one workout or the day, how long, and you said I know there's stretching. So how many minutes do you do worth of stretching and all this stuff?
Yeah.
Fill everybody in
So
with that.
generally it's 45 minutes, sometimes 60 minutes, because Bo and I shoot the shit, between my warm downs as I'm trying to grasp for air. But it usually starts with some stretching. I mean, you got to stretch before you do, any exercise. I usually go down around the track a couple times. I do what's called planks, which is almost like a push-up position. You just keep your body in that, for the core. You just keep it in that like push-up position and just keep your the elbows on the ground.
So you do elbow planks as opposed to
elbow planks. Yeah.
He does the
Maybe you need to go over
But
the
you can
desk
do
and
the
show
full
everybody
one.
right there.
Yeah.
You should talk about that.
Push-ups. What else do we do? We do the sit-ups.
You can also talk about his experience too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, be inspiring. So,
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Mike is yours.
Yeah, Mike and Joyce, yeah.
I would love to hear it.
No,
That's what we want to do. We want to encourage each other.
I do yoga and stretching every day and
Oh, do you?
walk 5 to 6 miles a day. And,
Nice.
Actually set a COVID thing. I had always been a certain weight, and living in the Caribbean,
Oh,
I've gotten a little heavier.
Yeah.
My goal was to, as of March, to lose COVID-19.
Yeah.
I lost 15.
Yeah.
Without changing diet or anything, just exercise.
Exercise. Yeah.
And it does. It makes you feel just better at everything
Yeah.
you do. But I did have a question because you talked about working out in the morning, and I know some people say morning, and other people say body works better working out in the afternoon, later in the day. Is
Yeah,
there a-
I think whatever works for you, go with. But for me, the reason why I love working out in the morning is because I also benefit mentally.
Yeah.
Like I've been working out for years now, and it's been more mental than physical, the benefits.
Yeah.
So, but some people have that busy schedule too, and they got to get up and go in the morning.
So for years, I
Yeah.
would get up and I lived somewhere else, and I had miles of walking trails behind the house.
Yeah.
And I would get up at dawn and run.
Yeah.
And until my knees
That's
said,
awesome.
don't run anymore. But
Yeah.
but I would run for at dawn, and it wasn't just the exercise; it was just the being outside and just
Yeah.
the air. The world is so beautiful at dawn.
Yeah. Well, what's cool is, I mean, as I know many of you who follow the blog, we've tried to change the locations. Which is neat. We did a workout here on the wharf. We went over to Stageport Park. So what's amazing is you can work out anywhere. You don't need a gym. You don't need anything fancy. I mean, another workout I do is I run the bleachers at Gloucester High School up and down the stairs, and then we do band work for the back and biceps too. The band work.
Well, a standing row would be your back muscles
Back
and your bicep muscles.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean,
Also, if you engage your core as you're sitting, you can feel it right through
Right.
your
Jump
abdominals,
rope. I mean, I think I got a couple of laughs when I first tried jump roping. I hadn't jump roped in ages, but now my form has improved. That's another perfect example of progress. I could barely do 10, without tripping, and I think I got up to 25 or 30.
No, you did 50. the other
50?
day.
Yeah.
50 straight.
Yeah. So
So it's just showing up.
Yeah.
We got to thank Scott at the track, at the Gloucester
Yeah.
High School track.
Yeah.
He's really good. He does a great job down there, and he's, we're always respectable to and considerate to what he's doing down there. But
yeah,
I mean, he's solid down there.
Yeah,
as far as
definitely.
the work. I wanted to point that out, and also for those that are starting, like Jim was mentioning, some of the routines. Just make sure that you physically, you get clearance to work out. That's number one. You definitely want to make sure that you're working with a physician before you start, and then it's listening to your body.
Yeah.
Listen to your body, because there's some people, they go right at it, and if they're not working out the right way, got to be careful, because we're at risk for injury, and we want to keep this, like we were talking about. We want to make this a lifestyle,
Right.
Right. And so it's just listen to your body.
Yeah.
And eventually, try to put some workouts together, and be consistent.
Yeah.
And then as you see results, that nutrition, you're going to start paying more attention to what you're putting into your body, as far as, I mean, we all want to see physical results,
Yeah.
besides the mental results.
Yeah.
Well,
And Rob, keep up the good work. Rob Collada.
Rob Collada. Yeah.
Paul and Chris, you both talked about the food portion. You're watching your diets. What were some of the things that you saw that was like, hey, this isn't that bad?
Well, I think moderation is the key.
That's
I mean, I don't think there's such a thing as a really bad food. I mean, if you, maybe junk food is, but if you're eating decent food, then think about how much you're eating.
Yeah.
And I think the more that the more physically fit you are, you're actually probably eating. You're not binging. You're eating less.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of us know what the right foods are.
Yeah.
I just think it's more eating just to satisfy.
Yeah.
Then when you're satisfied,
Yeah.
save it for later.
Yeah.
And eat more frequent.
Yeah.
Get that metabolism working.
Yeah.
And of
That's,
course, we talked about drinking that gallon of water a day.
Yeah. The
Water.
water. So the past month, it's been the water for me. It's been eating every 2 or 3 hours,
Yeah.
like 200, 300 calorie meals that are low in carbohydrates, and fat is okay. Protein, high level of protein, high fiber, and just keep like peanuts.
That's a good source of fat.
Yeah, 28 peanuts. That's the other thing, is you can't just, I'll grab a handful, or I'll eat a half a jar.
Yeah.
I measure my food out. You'd be amazed. And it's like, oh shit, I can only have that many. So 190 calories in 28 nuts.
And that just shows the kind of work Chris is putting into this.
Yeah.
Measuring his nuts.
Yeah.
I don't mean it that way.
Oh, wait a minute.
There are going to be comments.
Peanuts. Peanuts.
Wait.
Sorry about that, Nicole.
No, the two of you were looking at each other thinking, is he talking? Yeah.
Hey, we need a little
Here we
humor
go
in
again.
Just
Yeah.
to switch a little bit here. Paul, you have some fishing boat stories here that you could share with us, and some stuff that you have.
Yeah, well, I posted yesterday because I had talked about this a couple of weeks ago. The little, and it's actually not a fishing boat; it's a sailboat, but it's called a fish.
Yeah.
And I had talked about it, so I actually posted some pictures yesterday. One that was almost 100 years old, and then some that are recent. But right here in Gloucester, there's a boat called the Annisquam Fish, which is a little 15-foot catboat, a little sailboat. And they've been built in the same boatyard here for 100 years, which is, there aren't a lot of boats like that around. The first boats were built in 1920 by a guy named Nick Montgomery, and they were so successful that he actually took one of the hulls and filled it with cement, turned it upside down, made a mold. It had a cement mold, and literally was turning them out production line, pre-cutting all the pieces, and I think the first year he built 85 of them, and there were hundreds of them built, and they were shipped all over the place. And actually, when I posted yesterday, so I got it right back from someone who said, "Oh, I had two of those boats in the 1950s. They were the best boats ever." And Jeff King, who owns River Boat Works down on Ferry Street, that's where the Montgomery's yard was. He's still building. He's building two new ones this winter, which are really cool. It's cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Something, because you all are from Gloucester, but so much of Gloucester is about the sea, and building boats and sailing boats and working boats, and and the fact that there's that tradition going on. I mean, I would love to see someday more young people learning how to build boats and work on boats. And
That's cool.
we have a great high school team here, the Gloucester High School sailing team, but places like Salem have Sail Salem, or community boating in Boston, where hordes of kids are learning this. And I have a son who went to an apprentice program and is a boat builder in Maine now. But we could do things like that. We should be.
Nicole, did your boys ever want to build? I know they're on it a lot. Did they want to build their own? Say, if I had my boat, I would do it this way and stuff.
Thatcher said probably, Thatcher does the Sea Cadets, which gives him a fair amount of that. Plus, they both sail at Sandy Bay Yacht Club and race on the sailing team. But Thatcher said probably 4 years ago, when the kids talk about what they want to do, and it's going to change 100 times. But there was a day he said, "I think I'm going to design hulls of boats."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Okay, freeze! Let's not change your mind ever again." So I don't know. So we bought him all these great books about how to. But who knows? But I think I would love for him to want to do that. I'd love for him to.
Yeah. And it's so having this little boat. I mean, I had the chance to get one a few years ago. Just literally, it had been in a couple of accidents, and someone had backed it into their bushes in the yard and left it uncovered for 3 winters. It was in pretty sad shape.
Yeah.
And Jeff King did some great work on it. And I had sailed for years a big boat, which meant you had to sort of plan a trip and provision and carve out 3 weeks of your life and go somewhere. And now this little thing, which only draws 7 inches with the centerboard up, only 2.5 feet with the centerboard down, I can say, "Oh, I got a free hour. And it's a beautiful day, and let's go up in the marsh." And this is the perfect time of year, because you you go up the Little River or the Jones River and up into the
Oh, yeah.
marshes behind Lobsterland, and
Yeah.
everything's starting to change color, and the
Yeah.
birds are rafting.
We mentioned that yesterday.
It's just so beautiful up there. And an hour of that, talk about working out, or the mental
Yeah.
benefit of working out. An hour of messing about up in the marshes on the boat is the same sort of
Mental
relaxation.
Yeah.
When you push away, I imagine it has to be the same way. I don't do a lot of sailing, but actually, I don't know the last time I was on a sailboat. But on a dory,
Same thing.
it's the same type of thing. Like
Yeah.
when on the dock, and you could hear in the background right here the pumps and the refrigeration and the compressors just grinding away all day. And I could go down the ladder from the dock onto a dory, push away, and immediately all those sounds go away, and all you hear is the whoosh of the oars.
That's right.
And it is like, you know how you carry tension in your shoulders?
Yeah.
Well, I do anyway. Like it just like melts away, and you just
It's the same thing for me. I raise the sail and cast off from the dock, and my world is now the wind and the water, and just moving the tiller, playing with the sail, and just responding to the wind, and it's
And learning how to duck.
and learning how to duck. Yeah,
but it forces you to pay attention.
absolutely.
So this is a hobby of yours.
Yeah.
And it takes you away from the mundaneness or whatever your whatever your personal grind is. And for me, that happens to be grilling, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, in case anyone doesn't know,
Absolutely.
right? But it's the same thing because it takes you away. Yeah, you're forced to pay attention. And here's just another thing that similarities. Like these fish boats, it's called fish boat.
Yeah.
Over 100 years ago, and same design today.
Mm-hmm.
There's something when there is a pure design that doesn't need to be changed. It's magic, like those Weber grills, right?
Yeah.
That same time, they just
It works.
work. It's simple. There's not a bazillion moving parts, and they work, and it's just timeless.
Some years ago, somebody tried to make one out of fiberglass. And it was the early days of fiberglass, when fiberglass was, when you were laying it on, it was pretty heavy. And they ended up making a heavier boat than the wooden boat. And it's still around. It's called Sacred Cod, and it's still part of the fleet, but it's not the fastest boat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I was out kayaking in the Jones last week. I mean, my mind was somewhere else. It was beautiful. All of a sudden, Joe, there's no wake. He comes out on his speedboat, freaking 30 miles an hour, freaking whipping around. You gotta slow down, Joe. I was out there like relaxing.
Relax.
Very peaceful moment, and you ruined
If you believe anything comes out of his mouth, all for the podcast, right? It's all for the podcast.
It's actually really fun to be up there around Jones Creek, and there'll be a couple of us on fish boats, and there'll be 3 or 4 kayakers, and be a rower on a shell, and we're all out there exactly doing the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, and then Joe comes through and
Ruins it.
Water
ruins
skiing.
Ruins the water skiing with a 2-stroke 1980.
smoke everywhere.
Smoke.
Grilling at the same time.
Girls are yelling, come on.
The other fun thing about the restoration was there's talk about tradition. I was looking for an antique marine paint, and there's a company called George Kirby Jr. company down in New Bedford, and there's 5 generations of Kirbys who run it.
Wow.
And it's classic marine paint, and they've got this catalog of old colors that are just magnificent. So they're my go-to paint people. But,
That's cool.
we're talking about every year you got to do a little painting and a little touch up and
I imagine
touch up
that's
the
a lot.
varnish, repaint the anti-fouling on the bottom. But you just keep at that.
That's cool.
So here's a question, because at 9 years old, my dad had me here working in the summers, and I watched people go by on boats.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm happy that I have the work ethic I have right now, but I feel like I missed out on everybody feels like they missed out on something, except for the Coles kids. They don't miss out on anything.
No, they do not.
They miss out on zero.
Guaranteed.
They miss out on zero. But
I would disagree with that.
what is the best way to get a kid involved in sailing. What sailing programs are available to someone that might not be a member of the Annisquam Yacht Club or the Eastern Point Yacht Club?
Well, I mean, Sandy Bay has a great sailing program, and actually the Annisquam summer program is open to kids who aren't part of the yacht club, as is Sandy Bay, I believe.
Yeah, my kids have memberships. We don't have memberships.
But
They
I-
have $95 a year.
But I didn't grow up in a yacht club. My father bought it was a great little boat built up up in Amesbury called the Town Class. It was a lap-strake hull sailboat, about 19 feet, townies, and they were raced out of Marblehead and some other places. My father picked one up somewhere, and when I was old enough to sort of look over the the rail, he put me in it and said,
Good luck.
"Good luck."
Yeah.
And that's what I did with our kids.
That's
And
great.
you know, it was great fun. We'd watch them sail down. You know, it's easy to run before the wind. You know, there you go.
Yeah.
And then they get down to the end of the cove, and we'd be sitting there with binoculars saying, "Now, how are they going to get back?"
They're going to figure this out.
And you know what? They figured it out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you don't need to be in a racing program or anything else. You just have to have access to something, and
I can't imagine a better thing for a kid. I
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
can't
there is.
imagine, like, being out on the water. You know what I mean? Like, just like,
There is something downtown, Maritime.
yes,
My
yeah,
daughter,
they have a program.
Yeah, my daughter Brooke was in that program
Yeah,
down there.
yeah.
They did a good job. It's in summer.
yeah.
Obviously, but
Well, and they get that skiff program too, or
Yeah.
the dory boats.
Yeah,
Yeah, the gig
Yeah.
rowers.
Yeah.
The gig rowers that's
Yeah.
another way to get out on the water. And
I mean, to
that's
tell you, the
that's
guy
a
that's been
workout.
pushing
Yeah.
a lot of that for kids
Yeah.
is Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
You can
Yeah.
be the cox.
Peter's been pushing.
Exactly.
Throw. You
Let's
can be
get
the
out. Me and you will
coxswain.
get out.
Throw. Oh, sorry.
What was that? Peter Pan did
So
what?
I just say Peter Bent has always been pushing. How do we get more kids in the boats? And
Yeah.
How do we have programs?
Yeah, no, I think it's really fantastic. Oh, my mom figured it out. Okay, so in the background, while I've been distracted over here, like looking at my phone, my mother, today she didn't come in and beep the horn 5 times. She didn't call me on the phone 3 times at 9:05, knowing that we start the podcast at 9, but she couldn't get the audio. So she was ready to give up, but she got the audio. So everybody.
Hello, Pat.
Good morning, Pat.
Good morning. Everybody say good morning to Mom.
I'm,
Morning, Matt.
God bless her.
what are you cooking? I'll be
She's dedicated. She fought her way through the technology, and she's
That's
here
great.
with us right now.
She found her
Beautiful
mute button.
thing.
She found Ma, type in and tell us what was the problem. Why couldn't you get the audio? So she'll type in that. God bless her.
Sunday
What's
morning.
the,
She says because my son wouldn't help.
Yeah.
I was
My son
texting.
wouldn't
No, I was
respond to
texting.
my text.
I was texting.
You know, I know we talked about hobbies, and your hobby is driving up 128 with your kids all the time.
I can't get
What are
enough.
some of your hobbies that you have when you're not, walking up somebody's
When
path
I'm
and
not
beating
walking the
bushes
streets.
back?
Walker, streetwalker.
I enjoy occasional golf, which I'm not very good at.
Nice.
I do a lot of family things.
Yeah.
As a parent, I have 3 kids that I adopted,
Nice.
and
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah.
That's great.
so it's based on family a lot.
That's great.
God bless. Are you a member of the Elks?
No,
I don't know.
I am a ticket holder for the drawings.
There you go.
Yeah.
We just bought our ticket. Jimmy and I and Pat always, whenever is it 2 drawings? They have the Irish sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Then they have another one.
Well, this is the
$25,000 game.
Yeah.
So we
That's
don't.
not
We
the Elks,
basically
though.
donated because we never win. We haven't won once.
No.
Well, because you always lose the ticket.
No,
The piece of
Pat
the
is.
ticket that
no,
you
he
need.
gives
I'm
it to
smart
Pat.
enough to know that Pat should hold the ticket.
You've won
So-
3 years in a row, but you just didn't know it.
Okay, so
Oh,
That's what Pat is today.
Pat's out on Aruba right now. So I'm gonna go over here because you might not be able to see this on the screen, but someone opened the window because it was hot in here.
somebody.
Not me.
Okay, but I just want to make note of this. The thermostat that controls the heat.
Which I turned off because I'm
Are
sweating.
you roasting?
I was freaking roasting.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
My almonds.
After he was done
Yeah.
My
measuring, he was
almonds.
measuring
I
Almonds.
his
missed the
nuts.
boat comment.
You missed the
Bo was
boat.
making fun of my nuts.
Oh, really?
I mean, peanuts.
Nutritional
I mean,
nuts.
nutritional nuts.
Nutritional nuts.
Well, we're not sure.
The fact that I weigh my nuts, I count them out.
Well, Kate and I just got one of those
Yeah.
counter scales.
Yeah, I have one, and I was telling these guys that the diet that I'm on, I'd weigh my nuts for a snack.
The
I just
visual
don't-
of the counter scale in that comment.
Wait,
was
size-
far
Do you have
more
a
than I
low
could
counter?
handle.
You have a low counter?
A little counter? Oh, so you can get them up on there?
I walked right into it.
All right, so we got a question.
prep.
We got the answer for why my mother couldn't figure out how to listen, and it just so happens that it was the volume button. It was, someone
I hate when
turned
that happens.
the volume
Someone.
down on her.
That
Yeah.
someone
So-
showed up at that. You know, that someone shows up at my house too.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
she
you
might
go.
want to turn it off again, Pat, after
Yeah.
that last segment.
God
Yeah.
bless my mother.
She got the
She's-
volume on just
my
in
mother
time.
is an angel
She
to
is.
put up with my sister.
Yeah.
She's
And
an
you.
angel.
And you.
No, no, me.
Just
No.
a sister.
No, to put up with her.
Keep,
I hope
keep it
Felicia's
there.
not listening.
Oh,
Keeps
no.
doing that.
So we mentioned that people can send in. Oh, wait, I'm going to take a little break here to say, if you're listening to this and you're enjoying the entertainment, please hit the share button on your device.
And turn your volume up.
And if you haven't turned your volume up yet, turn your volume up. I promise a better experience.
When you,
You can send a self-addressed stamped envelope to 95 East Main Street and get one of our cool die-cut stickers. You got to self-stamp and address it.
Or you can come to the show and actually get one in person.
yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
don't interrupt us in the middle of the show though, because that's an aggravation.
Or if you buy 10 lobsters or more, you get a free sticker. So come on down and buy your
I did not
lobsters.
endorse that. I did not.
What are you talking about?
No.
We can't buy
Because we'll be
lobsters
out of stickers. We can't-
Well, I've set a limit of 10.
My mother just said, Felicia, you're no angel either. She said. Jimmy
Nope.
Ellis. Speaking of parents, Jimmy
Yeah,
Ellis is
my
with us.
father-in-law.
He probably just got out of the rack with the old lady.
What? What?
Did you see what he said last week?
Yeah, 2 weeks
On
ago
his
when he
bro-
turned
on his-
80.
He turned 80 and he was talking about how he still gets it regularly.
Well, he got
Thanks
those
to
tapes.
us. He got
those tapes.
He got
sex
the
tapes.
he got the double ARP sex tapes. Thanks to Pat. Pat gave him the link on how to buy it. Yeah, and he
Yeah.
got those.
Yeah,
So,
sex
how's
tapes.
everything going, Jimmy? Is your wife walking okay today? So there's that. I want to give a shout out to Kenny McCarthy and Charlene McCarthy, both real estate agents that are with Cape Ann. Charlene is saying, "Stop, please."
That's her father.
That's her father. Both great real estate agents. You can find their information on Cape Ann Home. Also, if you need a mortgage, go see our guy, Brendan Pratt. I refinanced twice with Brendan Pratt, and got Kate and I refinanced with Brendan Pratt twice.
I got three refinances.
Three.
Two that are pending right now. But
And every time you put money in your pocket.
Yep.
And how much work was it for you to do that?
mindless.
Mindless.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like if you don't like money, don't refinance.
Right.
And don't call Brandon Pratt. And,
Joey, what's that? What's the company?
Cross Country Mortgage, and I have a link and the telephone number in the show notes. So there's that. Absolutely insane not to check in with him. Turner Seafood is doing online pickup and takeout, and they have amazing fish and chips. Jimmy and I got it a couple weeks ago. It's amazing. Tono. So I see this trend. Tono and this another place that they're offering very inexpensive microfiber towels. I think they're microfiber towels. Yeah.
Blankets.
Blankets. I'm sorry, not blanket, not towels. Blankets for the outdoor dining, trying to extend their. Chris and I had dinner at Tono this past week outside on that courtyard. It was
With the plastic and with the.
it's all enclosed and with the heaters. It's like you're dining indoors, but you have the ambience of Main Street, which I love.
Yeah.
We had tremendous meal there.
Yeah. I had, speaking of restaurants, I had brunch at Mile Marker
Oh yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Again, if you're looking for a place to have brunch on weekends, put Mile Marker on your list. It's very good. Avocado toast is to die for.
We did. We've been speaking this summer the two most improved restaurants, Mile Marker and what was the other one?
Oliver's.
And Oliver's Harbor.
Oliver's
Yeah.
Harbor.
Was there another one? Yeah, no, those two places.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was the Cape Ann Brewery too. You really enjoyed the.
I haven't eaten at the Cape Ann Brewery. Oh, Cape Ann Brewery. Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought you were saying the Cape Ann Lanes.
No.
Yeah.
Cape Ann
We gotta
Brewery.
go to Cape Ann Lanes. We gotta.
Jimmy and Pat went there.
Yeah,
Jimmy, you want care to speak to the tater tot experience?
Tater
Oh
tots,
yeah,
yeah.
tater tots. That's, you know, I thought it was so great that you can go in there and they have all. It's a special. You can get tater tots all these different ways, and it was. Of course, I got the biggest one. I had to do it. Sorry, Bo. But I had to get that.
That's
It's
all
just,
right.
Moderation.
you know,
That's all right.
You're gonna
you
cheat
guys
once in
can
a while.
count the
Then
nuts.
roll.
I was counting my
So-
tater tots. Okay.
I got something waiting for me at home. Don't worry about it.
You gotta cheat
Ice-
once in a
That's
while.
good. Anyways, great place, and they have the homemade beer. You know, they have the brewery right there. Right now, they have two homemade brews, and it's really good to sit around. And I put it up there as a candidate for 450. That's coming really close
Wow.
What do you mean for 450? What does that mean?
to have our.
Oh, for 450.
Yeah.
Did you ask about the Wi-Fi there?
Pat did. Pat was talking
All
to
right.
the.
Well, we'll figure it out because we generally do it with someone that really like goes out of their way and
Gives us free
shares
food.
our stuff and tunes us up. So
We love free food.
so
Even though we're becoming more conscious of wellness, because you got Cape Ann Wellness too, but we're going to talk about that. I gave a teaser for next week. Bo's going to be back.
Oh, yeah?
With yoga.
oh, you have someone else coming on, right?
Yeah,
Jonathan
exactly.
Huntsman from Cape Ann
Yeah.
Yoga.
Okay, cool.
Great wellness coach. Yeah.
You know what? The best I ever felt was when I was working out and like doing traditional weightlifting and alternating with yoga
Yeah, it's great.
because you get the
Paul was
stretch.
talking about it.
What's that? Oh,
Paul's a yoga guy.
you're yoga.
Yeah.
Where do you practice?
At home.
You get the tapes.
No, I learned yoga years ago, and I
Always got the tapes. Always got the tapes.
I had a great yoga teacher down in the Virgin Islands, and I just do it.
Wow.
I'm sure
So-
you did.
So you're like the
Yeah.
guy. So you're like the guy that does the Tai Chi on the
beach.
on the karate. Yeah. Paul Korn.
Yeah, I gotta learn that. That looks more my speed. Oh,
There's
The
listen,
movements.
I would say try variation. You know, the more options you have
yeah.
to work out,
Yeah.
hopefully, the less excuses you have.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
That's a
right.
good point.
One
No
size does
excuses.
not fit all.
I have a link in the show notes on the blog. My mother loves Seaport Grill as well. She wanted to give Audrey Coates. We have a comment. I am absolutely astounded that we have not gone to Taj yet.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I haven't is because I'm afraid if I go there, I'll eat like an asshole. I mean, the food looks outstanding, the drinks look outstanding. I'll be there, Taj, but maybe not for another month.
But I think if it's Indian, is it Indian food?
Indian.
There must be some healthy.
There always is. There
Yeah.
always is. There was one dish I think I saw. It was like broccoli. It looked like a healthy dish, but I don't know.
All right.
We'll go there.
We gotta get there. I mean, really, has anybody in this room been there yet? Not one person.
And I've been
That's
dying for it.
astounding to me.
Yeah.
Usually, a place opens up with there.
I will tell you that I've seen the line of cars
Mm-hmm.
on that one-way road there, and on Main Street, people are trying to find
Yeah.
spots to run in to get
Yeah.
the takeout
Mhm.
because the big thing is takeout and stuff, and it is, it's obviously it's big. I
It's
can see
cool.
that.
The drinks look outstanding. You got to look at the drink menu, and that's what I look at first, not the food menu.
First and foremost.
And it looks
Why
outstanding.
is that not
We'll be there,
surprising?
Taj. Don't worry.
All right.
We love the Serenity Group. That's part of the
We
Serenity
love the Serenity Group, and I am anxiously awaiting the open of the Red Rooster
Red Rooster.
at Minglewood Tavern, the former Minglewood Tavern, they're going to have that chicken shack.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, we got a sneak peek of inside.
I know.
It's going to be awesome.
We should. I bet you they
Maybe
made.
that's where 450 goes.
We haven't been there for
Same
50.
450.
What's
Oh.
450?
Again?
Yeah, but that's not a sit.
What is
It's
going
not
on?
really. It's not really made as a sit down place. It's more of a. They're going to have a table that you can sit down and eat, but they really kind of going to push the
like fast food.
The take out, to go kind of stuff.
I think, yeah, takeout to go.
Yeah. Brenda Davis says she has been to Taj, and it was awesome. So at least we get someone saying something. Brenda, Brenda, leading up to it, it bothered her immensely that they had put out their proposed menu, but they didn't have the prices on there. So Brenda, how were the prices? I saw her ask this question 3 or 4 times. She was very concerned about the prices. So we'll hear about that from her. I just want to give a shout out to that app though, because after I downloaded the Lose It app, the calorie counting app that I've been using.
Yeah.
And it's super intuitive because you can scan labels of products that you're eating, and there hasn't been a food, even if I've made it on my own, that I start typing that it hasn't auto-filled for me. Like I made a spinach salad with olive oil and vinegar dressing, and that was a thing there. 5 shrimp cocktail, that was an option. So it's really super easy to use. And I got this, I don't know, Kate got this scale. It's a biometric scale or something, and I don't know if it's
when you weigh yourself?
Yeah, you weigh yourself, and it wasn't very expensive, but it also, the app, it calculates and logs my weight right into the app.
Wow.
So it's all of it's really cool. Yeah. I'll put a link to that scale. Brenda says the prices were reasonable. So thank you for the update, Brenda. So we didn't mention earlier, but we're going to have a super fan on a week. I'm going to and every week someone else will be able to nominate a super fan. I'm going to nominate Brenda Grimes Davis right now for next week.
Yeah.
Did the ayes have it?
Yeah.
I heard 2.
Aye.
4.
All in
Okay.
favor.
All in favor. Okay. So Brenda Grimes Davis, would you like to be the super fan sitting in on the podcast next week? Let us know. That's it. We're at an hour we started a little late, so we're probably at an hour and 15 minutes. Wayne, it was great having you on.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Did you have a nice time?
Absolutely.
Was it worth getting out of bed?
It's well worth it.
I like it. All right, I'm waiting for Brenda to type in if she's going to come on or not. Brenda, don't let us down, Brenda.
You enjoy your time.
What's that?
She'll enjoy her time.
There you go. We got first-hand feedback. Joey Foot says, she shut us down. She says, I prefer to be a fan from afar. All right. Next up then. Joey Foot.
Joey Foot.
There you go.
What am I supposed to say? All in favor?
All in favor?
Joey Foot, are you going to come in tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Sunday. Next Sunday.
It was not working.
Joey Foot. And I think there's like a 30-second delay. My mother says she has the Fit Index thing too. Joey Foot is in next week. Super fan, Joey Foot. All right, buddy. All right, for Paul Horvitz, Paul Cleary, Wayne the Mailman, here to be known as Wayne the Mailman, Nicole Schraft, Jimmy Dalpiaz, and Chris McCarthy. I'm your host, Joey Shimataro. We'll see you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. And Jimmy, get in close, Jimmy. Give it to me, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely no piping plovers were heard in the taping of today's podcast.